Anthony, what do you think the secret to bold acting is?
The secret to bold acting is just giving them a little bit of that.
It's a bold off. Beck, Skyler, Nathan. Whoever wins gets a role in the sequel to Superman, and the two people that lose will be kicked out of the DCU forever.
You are out.
3, 2, 1, go!
Bald.
Anthony, who's the favorite?
I gotta say, Beck does have a leg up.
Nick doesn't seem to understand that even though you're bald, you still have ears. That's a negative.
Superman is a film, and that's the best way to describe it. It's a film mired by so many factors. One, it's a James Gunn movie, so if you've seen one of his superhero films, you've seen them all. Two, superhero fatigue, people's expectations, the retarded political landscape we find ourselves in, where many Americans are fighting a digital war from the comfort of their home to appear holier than thou.
Democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
And the media didn't help at all with this powder keg of chronic adult onset autism.
James Gunn says Superman is about an immigrant that came from other places and how we've lost the value of basic human kindness. Yes, it's about politics. For all the bootlicking MAGA umbilicals, Superman has always been political. So what? These guys were immigrants that came from other places too. And we saw what they did, y'all. We're not kidding about how anti-Israel and pro-Palestine that Superman movie was. And they were not slick with it at all. Spill the tea, girl, what happened? Spoilers ahead.
Brilliant observations from society's best and brightest.
James Gunn's brother was also in the mix promoting Superman, and also he was part of writing or some crap. God only knows what he's there for.
It is exactly what the movie is about, I think, that, like, we support our people, you know? We love our immigrants. Yes, Superman is an immigrant, and yes, the people that we support in this country are immigrants, and if you don't like that, then you're not American.
You don't drive up to people in your Lamborghini, splash them with mud, and when they go, what'd you do that for? You go, I'm speaking truth to power.
Superman as a movie is fast-paced and all over the place. It felt directionless. I think it wanted to capture the nostalgia of the Justice League Unlimited cartoon from the early 2000s, but more often than not, it missed the mark. It may have had its moments, but overall, it's discombobulated. For anyone who is a casual DC Comics fan, this film won't really be an issue to you. You know who everyone is, you know their backstories, so on and so forth. But for someone who knows absolutely nothing about
Comic books, like a woman you take with you to see the movie because you didn't want to see it alone, for instance, it made no sense to her.
Lex Luthor wants to take down Superman. Obviously, that's like always been his modus operandi. But his big plan was so stupid, and it involved monkeys shitposting on the internet about Superman in a pocket dimension. I'm not joking. Granted, I did laugh at the scene, but my God, was it stupid. The big hashtag the monkeys came up with was super shit. And it also made Superman upset when he saw it online, which he admitted to Lois during their interview. That was supposed to be a high stakes moment to show you how human Superman was, but ultimately I kinda didn't care. Lex Luthor's final attempt to get rid of Superman was incredibly stupid, overly emotional, and poorly conceived. This is by a character that is famous for his calm, cool, and collected demeanor. The man goes from creating a pocket dimension, a rip in time and space. He creates his own Big Bang, okay? He goes from that to having a temper tantrum while sending Ultraman, yes I know, to fight and kill Superman. You know who Ultraman is if you know anything about the comics. If you don't know, I'm not in the mood to explain. Well, anyway, Lex Luthor obviously loses at the end. Superman gives a rousing speech about being a normal person just trying to figure things out. And, you know, when Lex Luthor is about to be taken away, he cries. This is something Lex Luthor would never do. Ever. His pride wouldn't allow. I can't even, dude. I just cannot. Jimmy Olsen, he's a wizard now. He has the most attractive women dying to be with him. Why? Who knows? Even Lex Luthor's model girlfriend is obsessed with Jimmy Olsen. And she's like a foot taller than this guy. You see it at the end of the film when she jumps on him. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's either she's huge or this guy's a manlet.
James's version of the character, what he had explained to me, which I just think is so funny, is that he's like a really normal, Jimmy's a really normal dude, and all of these women are kind of like obsessed with him.
Clark, knowledge is worth many sacrifices. That isn't one of them.
Very funny, Lois.
Oh my God, he's so fine.
She's swell. Let me drop my panties right now.
It's just such a wild plot line to think that this attractive woman is risking her life just for a date with Jimmy Olsen to get him information on Lex Luthor's big stupid plan. Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific were the highlights for me. Just enough of them peppered in the movie so you could enjoy them without being annoyed by them, much like Crypto. Hot girl screaming every time she's on screen and fighting gets old faster than a celebrity's opinions on politics. It's best highlighted by the scene where Hot Girl is chasing down the country leader. They go to a first-person view shot of her face as she squeals into the camera, right before she assassinates this dude.
Keep in mind, these are the same people who felt Superman was overstepping his bounds by protecting civilians from an army. It makes a lot of sense if you don't think about it.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Superman's biological parents were retconned into basically being Viltrumites from Invincible. In my opinion, this was a terrible choice, but they needed some sort of plot point so they could turn the world against Superman, and that way the government gives Lex Luthor the authority to take him out. I think James Gunn should really pass off script writing to someone else, please. This is something I would have came up with in high school and thought was a strike of creative brilliance. Ma and Pa Kent are country bumpkins. It's a modern day setting. Why on earth do they act like they're from the 1930s? There's one scene where Ma Kent is talking into a smartphone like she doesn't know how to use it, dude. She's screaming into it while it's on the table. Ultraman being a clone of Superman was so predictable that it was sad, and surely this will be used as the origin for Bizarro Superman later in the DCU films. The over-reliance on CGI that looks worse than what people are now doing at home on Twitter for fun is jarring. Metamorpho was there. That's the best way to describe him. The chemistry between Superman and Lois Lane was non-existent, like my YouTube career. The guy who plays Superman, I don't know his name and I won't bother to learn, is mid. Much like this movie. There's nothing I like about him and there's nothing I don't like about him. At least the film understands that Superman should be a symbol of hope, so that's a good thing. But he was also meant to represent the ideal that this country is founded upon. You know, something to inspire people in a dystopian nightmare we all live in. You'll never see China adapt Song Wukong to appeal more to Westerners because that's their mythology, and they're proud of it. My point is that you won't see Superman waving an American flag in the James Gunn verse ever. Supergirl shows up at the end of the film, and basically she's Paris Hilton from the reality TV show era. This film is a James Gunn film, and that's the best way to describe it. If you loved Guardians of the Galaxy, this is your movie. If you love everything James Gunn does, fantastic. You're gonna have a great time. For everyone else, if you want a good Justice League, watch Justice League Unlimited, dude. The stories are more complex and rewarding, more heartfelt, more genuine. Make you feel something. Whereas to this tries to pull on your heartstrings every minute it can, at every opportunity it can. This film is just a superhero film, the kind that you turn your brain off to enjoy. If you're a normal person that isn't absolutely obsessed with politics every minute of the day, constantly blocking people online because they dare voice an opinion you didn't like, you'll probably be fine with a superhero movie. Oh, sorry, Superman. That's how generic it is. My brain just thinks that. If you're just a normal, rational person, it's an okay film to see if you've got nothing to do. As far as Superman movies go, it's probably one of the better ones in recent memory. How about that? I was never a Snyderverse person.